Hey team, this is Jeffrey Jansen. In case we haven't met physically yet, I am from Quincy, Illinois. Today, what is a motivational Sunday. I'm down here with my daughter at the park, and I'm trying out some different types of videos so that I can actually get to you that you matter, you're important, and you make a difference. Today, when you go out, you need to basically be kind to people. Understand that people are going through stuff that they're not going to tell you about. You need to basically be nice, shake hands, and if for some reason you're in a bad mood or grumpy, don't put that all over Facebook or social media. What you need to do is understand that you matter, and sometimes you may have to go to a quiet place to rediscover, to retake on the world. But remember, everything you do today needs to be improved tomorrow. Everything you did yesterday, you need to improve upon today. It may be one thing, it might be two things. But remember this, one of the biggest things you got to know is that you're important, you matter, and you make a difference. People do like you. Just because you get around the wrong people and they're negative doesn't mean you have to continue to get around them. Get around the right people. Get around non-bullies. There are people in life, they feed off negativity, they need to be negative to everybody, and you don't need to be around them. Why? Because they're not important. What is important is you being good to people. What is important is you being happy. You know what? Hate and evil have no place in this world. And I understand that people are sitting there part of a cause or whatnot. But hate does not defeat hate. And so many people out there, because they're Republican or Democrat or Christian or Catholic or Muslim, what they do is they try to use that as an excuse to be evil to somebody else. That's going to get nobody anywhere. You know what? You have to treat people with kindness. Treat them with respect. You may not understand why they do the things they do or why they worship what they do or, go out there. But you want to know something? That's not for you to judge. That's not for you to sit there and contemplate and think on how to change the world. What you need to think of is how you can treat the person next to you better, how you can do more for people, and when you do good deeds for people, don't expect anything in return, because a good deed means you did it because you want to, not because you had to. You did it because you want to do something better for somebody, not because you're expecting anything in return. I can tell you this right now. I've done a lot of nice things for people, and I used to think that way. I used to be like, man, I just did this. I just spent my money. But you want to know something? That means I was expecting something in return, and it no longer became a good deed. It became basically democracy. It became, part of, oh, you owe me now. And that's not who we are. If you're going to do something nice for somebody, do it and think nothing in return. You know why? Because it won't eat away at your brain. It won't eat away at your heart. It will not take up time and space inside of you. So every single day, show your kids you're better than the person next to you. You know how we become better? By accepting everybody for who they are. We become better by knowing the person next to us is better. By knowing the person in front of us is better. Knowing the person behind us is better, and knowing that we are better. Which means if we are all on equal terms, it doesn't matter the color of somebody's skin. You know what? If there's people out there that are still racist in today's day and age, they've got bigger issues than you being mad at them. That means they're not going to get anywhere with life. If people are judging somebody based on religion, that's not the way to base somebody. Now, if they're pushing religion on you because they think, then they're doing no different. In other words, you need to walk away from them. Nobody should ever have to tell you what to say, think, believe, or what to do. You need to believe it in your heart. And when you believe it in your heart, you don't have to ever try to convince anybody else. You lead by example. You never lead by force. You never lead by hate. Okay? And that's what the problem with the world today. That's the reason why the news and all these different political parties and the religions are all getting in trouble. They're leading by demanding and by trying to force people to do something they don't want to do. And that's not who we are. We are better than that. The reason why we're better is we're teaching our kids every day to love each other, to have fun with each other, to go out and play on a playground. That's why we're out on a cold day, to make hot chocolate. Okay? If somebody doesn't have the same viewpoints as we do, they don't either have to hang around us, or we can respect them by doing something else. But remember this. Every day, you're important and you matter. Don't take somebody else's freedom away because you want to steal their freedom. Don't let anybody take away your freedom because they want to be a bully and they want to tell you what to say, think, do, and what to believe. Every day you're alive, you need to know this. You need to be better for yourself. Okay? If you are big in your religion, then go out and lead by example. Don't lead by force. Lead by example. If you're good at business, lead by example. Don't try to force anybody to do something they don't want to do. And if you're not able to teach them the right way, maybe you need to show them a different way. Maybe get them a different teacher. Or maybe they're not cut out to do what you're doing. But that doesn't mean they're any less than you are. Every day, know that you matter. Know that you're important. Know that you need to be the best parent you could be. Know that you need to basically be the best person you can be. But we're all different. And I want you to know that you matter. I think you're great. I think you are awesome. And sometimes we need to be taken back down a peg or two to understand that we need to be humble in the eyes of everybody. Why? Because weakness does not mean, bad. Strength within weakness does not mean because I'm nice, that makes me weak. Sometimes the strongest people are the nicest. Sometimes the strongest, most diligent, most accepting people are the strongest among us, and we try to challenge them because of how we say, think, believe, or what color their skin, or color their religion, their creed, their race, their sexuality. That's wrong. Sometimes the strongest people are the ones that can basically turn the other cheek and take it. Like the Rocky motivational says, it's not, how it's basically all about how hard you can get hit. It's not about how many hits you can take. It's about how hard you can get hit and get up and keep going. How hard you can get it and keep up, get up, and get going. If you don't wear shoes, you wear socks your entire life, and you don't have any calluses whatsoever on your hands or your feet, it's very painful at the beginning. But over time, those calluses, they get bigger, and they get stronger, and they get tougher, and eventually you can walk without shoes on. You can basically buck bales, throw hay up, work with your hands because they're not soft, because you can work. And you want to know something? You can get a lot more done when you got calluses. Anyway, it's cold out here. My name is Jeffrey Jansen, and I'll talk to each and every one of you later.